Okay, so this we're gonna go into a little bit more detail than the rest of the slides, only because um, we've had a little bit of trouble with our sites understanding this concept and grasping the importance of meal counting. And I just want to make sure I put a lot of emphasis on meal counting and using the clicker. So please pay attention to this slide. And I'll go over this in detail. So students should line up at the serving table in order to be counted. The site coordinator is responsible for serving, not offering meals to enrolled students. You want to make sure when they line up, you're clicking the clicker every time you hand a complete meal over to a student. As the meals are handed to children and they have accepted all food components, the site coordinators are required to click the hand tally counter at the point of service. And if you, once the meals have been served and they have been counted, you record the total on that clicker for your daily stat submittal. So for instance, say you have, um, you know, a program with 30 meals being served a day, and you know that 30 students came for program that day, and they all got their meals. So obviously you served all meals. So you would just put on the daily stats submittal that you served 30 meals, right? Well, logically that is correct, but it is not okay you would not be in compliance if that's how you took your meal counts. You only can take meal counts using the clicker or some sort of tally system every single meal that you hand out. So it's very important. I know it may seem remedial, but it's very important that when you're doing your meal service every single day, you have to have the hand tally counter out, and you must be clicking it every time you serve a meal or hand out a meal to students. And if you don't have your hand tally counter somewhere present, or say it's out of reach or something like that, it's okay if you are at least marking a tally or using some sort of tally, or um, writing down every time a meal is being served. So, if you have a pen and paper, you hand out a meal, you put a tally. Hand out another meal, you put a tally. You turn in that tally to us if you don't have a clicker. But we provide clickers to all of our sites. It's pretty easy. Once you're served all meals, you just look at the clicker, you write down that name, you write down that number, or if you have your Leap Program Manager on your phone, which I'll go over soon, you can just jot it right then and there. But definitely super important. You want to make sure you are meal counting and you are using the clicker um, to get the number for your daily stat submittal.
Wait, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but you're saying that if I have 30 students, and I serve all 30 meals, it's obvious I served 30. You still want me to click the clicker 30 times? You want me to click it all at once, or what do you mean?
So we definitely don't want you to click it all at once. Just as you serve a meal, just get in the habit of clicking that clicker. And I know, like I said, it sounds remedial. If you served all the meals, you obviously know from the transportation record how many meals you served and handed out. Still, it's best practice, and it's actually a state requirement for you to click that hand tally counter every single meal you hand out. And it's the most thorough method. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, I think that is as clear as I can make it. um, Again, I'm going to reiterate, if you have any questions throughout this training, feel free to call Leap Customer Service or email Leap Customer Service at customerservice@leapusa.org. So right here is the login for the database. This is what it will look like. Right after this training, you will receive a training confirmation. Once you've signed the training confirmation and returned it to us, we'll set you up with a login and password for your Leap Program Manager. But you basically put your email address, your password, and you'll scroll all the way down to where it says Daily Meal Stats. You'll click that, and this will pop up. So boom, you'll have a total number of meals served, total number of meals delivered, program attendance, food temperature, milk temperature, time temperature is taken, and whether or not you received a transportation record. So for that number of meals served, that'll be the number on your clicker. You don't have to do any work for that. You look at your clicker, you'll see the number that you served, boom, put that in. For the total amount of meals received, that'll be on your transportation record. So you look at your transportation record. If you don't remember, you'll see that you received the however many that day. Boom, put that total in right there. Program attendance, that's how many kids came to program that day. So I know a lot of after school programs, you guys use roster sheets or your own attendance system. So you'll just calculate the total for the amount of students that came that day. Boom, program attendance. Food temperature and milk temperature is the temperature that you took that day and the time the temperature was taken. For the time the temperature was taken, you can either put the time that the meals arrived for the time temperature is taken, or the time that right before serving. Doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that we're taking the temperature every day. And then whether or not you received a transportation record, if you didn't receive one, you'll click that, and that'll basically give us a notification that we need to contact the food vendor and get you a transportation record ASAP.
One quick question.
Sure.
Why would I not receive a transportation record?
Sometimes that may be an error on the food vendor's end. Sometimes they forget, or sometimes they don't print enough. So the driver may get one, but they may not have enough to leave at the site. It's really just error on their behalf. Nobody's perfect. So it's an easy fix. Once we know that you didn't receive one, we will ask or request for one from the food vendor, and then we'll just send it to you to sign and scan back over. I will say that you definitely want to make sure that you submit your daily reports on a daily basis. We do have an internal system. If you do not submit your daily reports, you will be emailed that your program is in jeopardy of being paused. If on the second consecutive day the report has not been submitted, your direct supervisor may be notified that the meals program is in jeopardy of being paused. And then finally, on the third consecutive day your report has not been submitted, your meals will be paused. I will say we don't generally pause our sites. We actually rarely pause our sites. So as long as you're in communication with us, you let us know, hey, I'm going to be out tomorrow, so I may not have daily stats submitted, but I'll have them in the next day. Or hey, yesterday, something came up. It was really busy. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I'll have them in today. Or as long as you pick up the phone or answer our emails when we're inquiring about that, we're pretty good. So don't worry about if I didn't submit my daily stats, so I'm gonna get paused. Like, as long as you are in communication with us, we understand things come up, and we will definitely be understanding of that.
And one thing you said daily stats, and then you also said daily reports. Is that the same thing?
Yes, that's the same thing.
Okay.
So we call them daily meal stats. Sometimes you may refer to them as daily reports, but these are this meal stat, this section right here are the meal stats that you have to fill out on a daily basis.
So the meal stats is just inputting each of these fields, and then I'll hit submit,
Right.
and then I've done my daily stats report.
Perfect.
Okay.